Welcome to Society123. Today we will cover the society setup screen. Whenever a new society is created or any editing has to be done in the society details, the user can perform these functions through society setup option. To perform any activity on the application, a user must first need to fill the society setup form. The form demands various information about the society, for example, infrastructure, asset, parking. We will go through each detail in this setup. All the details which will be entered by the admin in the society setup will be simultaneously updated and used in many other modules like transaction module, activity module, billing module, and accounts module. Log in as a non-member in society123.com and selecting the type of member. Basically, a non-member will be an admin. We will cover this society member type and all this information in our member login details. To set up a society or to modify a society, go to setup and policies, setup infrastructure, and setup society. Right now you are seeing the editing option here, but when you don't have any details about the society, it will ask you for the setup a society. Now if you click go to edit, this all the information you need to set up. The number of building, the user must enter the number of buildings that are constructed in the society. Please note, the number of building cannot be listed as 0. Number of wings, the user must enter the number of wings put together in all the buildings. For an example, if a user has 2 wings in building number 1 and 3 wings in building number 2, then the user will enter the sum total of all the wings, example 5. Please note, if a user's building does not consist more than 1 wing, the user can leave the section as 0. PAN number, the user must enter the society's valid 10-digit PAN number, TAN number, ward number. If the society has a ward number, then the user must select any one from the drop-down menu. If you do not have the ward number as per your society, you can request to the admin of Society123. Managing committee. The user must enter the number of members of the society who belongs in the managing committee. Please note, if a society has a special invitees except for the members of managing committee, the user must add them in the list too. The number of quorum. The system will automatically calculate the 51% of the managing committee in order to define the number of quorum for the meetings. For an example, if you are putting 8 here, it will come here as a 5. So if you are putting 7, it will come as a 4. Professional tax. This managing committee and subcommittee publish date and all other type of minutes published date. These are the basic requirements when you have a meeting. Professional tax. If a user Society is not obliged to professional text under any provision, then the user must leave this section blank. If you're not clicking this, you will not see the below option. If you are applying for the professional tax, you have to fill the information about the society, professional tax registration and certificate number. Billing cycle. The billing cycle, the user must select one option from the billing cycle drop-down. It will be depending upon the billing policy of the society. Society123.com will issue regular maintenance bill through the data inserted in this billing cycle. So basically this is a billing cycle for the member for generating a bill for them. The share value. Now, this is a very important section. Billing option. The user can select more than one or all billing option depending on the society billing option policies. Please note, the data entered in this section will also be used in maintenance bill module. Rebate. The user must select rebate option only if the members are granted rebate on their maintenance bill for prompt payment, advance payment, etc. by the society. Penalty. The user must select penalty option only if the members are charged by penalties on their maintenance bill for late payment, bounce check, etc. by the society. Service tax. The user must select service tax option only if the members are changed by service tax on their maintenance bill by the society. After selecting service tax, a new option of is society eligible for basic service tax exemption will appear next to the service tax. The user can untick this option depending upon the service tax policy of the society. Non-occupancy charges. The user must select non-occupancy charges only if the members are charged by the non-occupancy charges by the society. After selecting non-occupancy charges, the following option will appear next to the non-occupancy charges option. Non-occupancy charges as per government order. If the society user follows the government order of non-occupancy charges, then user must select this option. The percentage value of the non-occupancy charges is based on the other billing heads. Example, the government of Maharashtra has restricted the non-occupancy value to 10% of the service charges, including the municipal tax. Other is non-occupancy charges as per the policies defined by the society. If the user society follows any other basis of non-occupancy charges, then the user must select this option. The parking charges. The user must select the appropriate option from the below based on allotment or based on number of vehicles. Based on allotment, if the parking charges are raised based on the allotment of the area, then the user must select this option. Or based on number of vehicles, if the parking charges are raised based on the number of vehicles owned by the member, then the user must select this option. So you can select either one of these options. The regular bill. Regular bill can be a normal, consolidated, or summary. So as per the requirement of the society, you can select either one of these three options. Society contact. The user must select this appropriate society contact details for admin, account, and help desk. These details will be used by the application and the member for assistance. Admin. The administrator is responsible for handling all the administration and management work of society. Accounts. The accountant is responsible for handling all the billing and accounts of the society. Help desk. The help desk person is responsible for handling all the queries, complaints that are raised by the members of the society. Please note, if a society is not subscribed to help desk service of society123.com, the user is recommended to enter the details of admin who handle the help desk functions. The repetition of the contact details in this section is allowed. So it can be a one single person for all three activities. Once the valid information is entered in all the boxes, the user will click on the submit button to complete the process. Or if you want to reset the entire thing, you can press the reset button or cancel. After completing the add society form, the user will be lead to the society setup window like this. If a user want to make a changes in the society details he had previously entered in the society, he can click on the edit button like here and can change the society details. This edit option is allow the user to edit any details of the society at any point of time. Example, if the society happens to change the billing cycle from quarterly to monthly, the user can change the details by selecting monthly option from the billing cycle and further click on submit to save the changes. Once you fill up the information, there will be a approve disapprove button. Right now is approved. For an example, if I change anything inside the society details, and I submit the details, sorry, say PAN number, cancel, edit, I'll put 9, yeah, submit. Now this button will become a red. So user need to click on the approve button after updating the society setup in order to allow the system to make the changes in the other modules. If a user fails to click on the approve button after updating the data, the system will automatically ask the user to approve the changes before any process. This approve and disapprove access level will be defined in the user access level, where you can define a user whether he can add the details but he cannot approve the details. So this section will be covered in the next section. I'll approve it now. Okay. Now once you set up the society information, you need to go to each option to add the information inside each section of building, wing, premises type, premises, parking type, etc. Now we will go to the building. Okay, now I have already defined the building name, so you can edit building name and the status of that building. Now we'll go to the wing. Now because we don't define the wing, it's been 0, so it's not allowing me to edit any information because it's by default 0. If you have number of wings, you can go to each wings and add the name of that each wing. Now click on the premises type. Right now I have already defined the premises type. Or if you want to define a premises type, you can just go to edit premises, select the premises type as per your societies. You can add 3 BHK, 4 BHK, apartment. So all the options are already defined in the application. But if you have any other than this option, or you want to add something more, you can make a new request. The information will go to the admin of Society123, and then we can enable any other option you have requested. The user can select any amount of premises from the list. A society can have different type of premises. To list a few are 1 BHK, 3 BHK, etc. The user will make the selection depending upon the current premises in the society. Please note the premises selected in the list will also be used in premises module. Now click on the premises. Now this information is already defined by me. You can go to the, when you're adding any premises, this will be the interface you will see. You have to select the building name, wing name, if you have any wing, and the premises type, premises number, when you are adding this premises information, uh, right now you aren't getting this information, but if you're adding a fresh premises information, you will have two options where you can have one by one, or you can enter the information and can select multiple options. So all the information can be entered here respecting to that premises: area, water inlets, additional area if the premises has, area of the additional premises. This, please remember, this all this information will be useful when you are generating a maintenance bill for that premises. So be careful when you are entering this information. Now, parking type. Parking type allows the user to define various parking types that society contains. Right now we have defined base level 1 parking and open parking. You can have multi-level parking. So all the parking information has been defined here. You can select any one of them, or if you don't have this option with you, or if you want new parking types, you can make a new request. Parking space number. This section allows the user to define the space number of the parking type selected in the previous section. This function will allow the user to give distinctive number to the parking spaces through various options. Please note, it is recommended to define parking spaces number so that the system can allot the parking space to its member. If the member if the society does not follow the policy of parking space allotment, in such case the user may skip this process. Building name, wing, distinctive number, the parking type, and active. So here you can assign one by one, or you can select the multiple, where you can have the multiple parking space distinctive number. So please be careful if you have more than one building name or more than one wing. You have to carefully select the wing and the building name for the specific distinctive parking space number. Now, asset. This is all the asset belong to the society. You can select the asset from here and number of quantity. The user will make the selection of the asset depending upon the current infrastructure of the society. A society can have different type of asset like computers, air condition, car lifts, etc. The data entered in this section will be used in the accounts module, and it will be helpful to manage your vendor for each asset. So please be careful when you are entering this information. Standard billing heads. This module allows the user to select various billing heads which can be used in the maintenance charges bill. The module also allows user to define the order of the billing heads. Okay, now these are the entered billing heads which you can see in the view billing heads, or you can add from edit billing heads. User will make the selection depending upon the current billing policy of the society. For an example, electricity and water charges are one of the common billing heads of all the societies. Please note, the data entered in this section will be used in the maintenance charges bill module. You can define the sequence. User must number each billing head in the sequence they want them to be appear in the same order in the maintenance bill as selected by the user. Or if you want a new billing heads, you can request to the admin of Society123. The system billing heads. The system billing heads will have the additional area where you can define the rebate, interest, additional area, parking charges, or whatever you want to add in the maintenance bill. Or if you want a rebate name should be displayed differently, then you can define here what could be the alternative word for the rebate as per the society's requirement. You can add the services you have in your society, like go to edit service. If you have accounting services from any vendor, you can define it: catering service, electrical maintenance, gardening service. These services will help in the vendor management function. Now the MC designation. MC designation allow the user to select the various designation for the society management committee member. Like here you can select or add. In the add section, the user will make the selection depending upon the list in the designation column. So please remember, as we have defined the 7 managing committee member, you cannot select more than 7 here. As we have defined one administrator, authorized officer, chairman, managing committee member, secretary, and treasurer. All the predefined managing committee member designation is defined over here. If you have additional designation, you can make a request to the admin of Society123. Service tax exemption. This function allows the user to define whether service tax or exemption is applicable to the members or not. This is a utility rather than defining any infrastructure policies. Service tax applicable to all members, service tax not applicable to all members, exemption applied to all members, or exemption not applied to all members. You can select any of them as per the society requirement. Once the valid option is selected, the user can click on the Go button to complete the process. Now in this video we have covered all the section which require to fill up the society information. If you have any query, please send an email to support@society123.com, or please visit our website www.society123.com.